Hello Galaxy Note owners and Galaxy Note prospective owners. My name is Erica, the technology nerd who likes to film stuff, and I have here today the Glas.t screen protector by Spigen SGP. And this is a very unique screen protector, you guys, because it is made out of a solid piece of glass. Yep, a solid piece of glass, so it pretty much emulates and mimics the feel and look of your screen. And it's an extremely hard piece of glass at that. You can see that it says that it's an 8 to 9 on the hardness scale, whereas the screen protectors are a lot less than that. So this is a really awesome option. So I'm going to definitely get into this. And I have to thank you so much, SGP, for sending this out to me for review, because I know people have so many questions about screen protectors and what would be the best option for them. So, opening it up and getting into it, you can see that you've got your authentication card. This just ensures that you do have a proper, real SGP original product. You've got a squeegee, which I do like because this is a nice rubbery one. And it works quite well, although I didn't really need it for installation. And I'll get into ease of installation in just a moment as well. You've got an ethanol swab, and I can say, you guys, don't just get into this installation and be like, oh, I don't need to read instructions, la la la. I can just totally use my awesome skills and install it. No, read the instructions. Please use the ethanol swab first. Let's see if that even mentions it on the instructions. Sure to wash your hands. It's definitely wash your hands before doing this. It doesn't mention using the alcohol swab, curiously. So I take that back about the instruction thing. But I can tell you guys, use this definitely, because your screen has all kinds of debris and icky who knows what on it and other particles, and it's good to use ethanol, which is just alcohol, because it's very evaporative and it doesn't leave any traces behind. Where if you use water, it can be very hard, especially such as in California, the hardness is terrible. There's so much different minerals and chlorine, all kinds of stuff in the water, and you don't want that interfering with the adhesion on the screen. You want it to work perfectly and not have any type of issue at all. So just go ahead and use the ethanol swab first. Give it a good wipe, and then use your awesome microfiber here to dry the screen afterward. So you'll see the best results definitely if you use the ethanol swab first. So putting all this aside, we have my guy here. I'm going to set that down, and it does right now have the screen protector installed. And this is what it looks like beforehand. Now I can say that you need to be very careful and not disturb the tabs here. You can see that it has the back tab. This is the one that actually has the adhesive, the silicone adhesive underneath it, and this is just protecting the glass itself so that it doesn't get scratched up during shipment, processing, who knows, whatever. So be careful of those, because you don't want to bump them and get dust underneath it. I had actually accidentally done that by taking a screen protector and laying it on top of it and having to peel it up, and it left bubbles, and I hope that didn't interfere with it, although it doesn't seem so. So just keep that in mind. Be careful not to disturb the plastic parts on either side. So as far as the thickness, let me move all this stuff out of the way. This is a pretty substantial screen protector, you guys. It does add a bit of thickness, but the bit of thickness is nice because it gives you quite a bit of shock protection. I've seen people completely drop their iPads, and they've had this guy on it, and it will crack this guy, but it doesn't affect the iPad screen underneath. So that's quite good. So I don't mind the thickness, although I can say that people who are an extreme minimalist probably will want to go with the oleophobic screen protector, because that does have a nice glass feel as well, but it doesn't add the thickness or the heft. This does add quite a bit of heft as well, and again, I don't mind it. So let's move this guy out of the way. So definitely substantial thick piece of glass here. And here's the device with the screen protector installed, and you can see that it does leave the receiver a bit recessed, as well as the home button, but it doesn't interfere with the use at all. That actually doesn't bother me, and it's not raised up enough to cause any type of issues. So that's not something that's even a worry at all. You can see that it does leave the front-facing camera covered here, but that doesn't matter since this is such a clear piece of glass. It doesn't cause any interference or anything at all with the proximity sensors or the camera, so you don't have to worry about that. And I can see that SGP has been working on this screen protector, which is really awesome because a lot of people to begin with were complaining that it doesn't adhere near the receiver. And as you can see, that's perfectly adhered. There are no bubbles or anything going on there. I guess there was some bubbling right here, and that was annoying some people. So that doesn't look to be a problem anymore. So, or maybe people aren't doing what they're supposed to and using the ethanol swab and actually making sure there isn't any debris to interfere with the installation. But you see, I don't know. But I can say that it does very well adhere and no issues at all. I noticed that when I first applied it, that it does leave a bit of bubbles underneath, and they say, well, don't worry about that. The little ones, at least, if there isn't anything that's stuck underneath it, at least, those will go away. And indeed they do. I did have one that was stuck right here for about 3 days, and I was like, oh gosh, what did I get stuck under there? I did everything I was supposed to. I'm super OCD about this. And sure enough, after, pushing at it and getting angry, and I pushed at the right spot, I guess, and it released that air pocket, and it went completely beautiful. Ta-da! You can see I don't have any bubbles or debris or anything underneath it. Now, I would actually recommend being careful, and when you're installing this, if possible, if you have a case such as this one, this can help you line it up. I didn't use this, but a lot of people have been saying they have a lot of luck by taking the phone and having it, let's see, let me grab it actually, and setting it in there like this. And it gives you at least a guide so that you can line it up. You don't want to go too far either way. I didn't need to do that, but some people are recommending using a case with a lip to help line it up. So that's just something to keep in mind. But for me, it was quite simple. I recommend going somewhere where it's steamy. You can go in the bathroom, turn on the shower for a good 5 minutes and let it get very moist in there. And the best thing to do is just to hold it down. It's good to just drop it down a bit so you can see where you're going with the edges. Line up that receiver and then watch what you're doing. Pretty much eyeball this guy here, and then just lie it flat. And then as soon as it's on there flat, you're going to see that the adhesion process takes place. All you really have to do is just tap it. Mine did it itself. I didn't even have to push down on the center, but that's how you get it to stick. You don't want to touch it while it's adhering. You just want to, as it says, tap it, and it will adhere perfectly the rest of the way, except for maybe a bubble here or there. And if that does happen, just go ahead and use your squeegee and get those out. And after a couple days, all the bubbles are gone. Now, I really like this screen protector because it does add quite a bit of protection with the hardness, and I can definitely show you that it's very repellent against scratches. Yes, these are hair cutting scissors. They're extremely, extremely sharp, and I am doing this, you guys. I got a belt and was whacking it against it because that's something practical, if having it in your pocket, it could hit against the little rivets or whatever you call it on your pants, or you could accidentally slap your belt against it. I don't know why you'd actually run into scissors or knives, but I did use a knife as well, and you sit there and scratch at it. I do notice that it does leave a little bit of scratching, but the scratches aren't visible. That's the great thing, and I can't feel them either. The only time that I can see the scratches are really if I breathe on it. To see if I can put some condensation on there for you. You can see this here? That little line there you are. You can definitely see that. That's a scratch that was created by me messing around with the scissors or knife or something. So there are little tiny micro scratches created from scratching the scissors and the knife and the belt loop and everything else against it. And still, it looks perfectly new unless you're sitting there blowing on it like I did. So I really do appreciate that thickness there. I don't have to worry now about it getting scratched up. Yay! Scratch, 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 scratch. No issues, unless of course I breathe on it. But I can't feel the scratches that were created on there, so that's a non-issue. Also, since it does feel so fluid, you can't tell any difference between your actual screen, and the screen protector itself. No difference in clarity and no difference in responsiveness. So everything feels so nice and dreamy, just as if you were using your own screen. And you can scratch this to your heart's content. You don't have to worry about it. So fluid and easy to do. Whee! So no problems. No problems at all, you guys. This is a really nice screen protector. And also, what's really important to mention is since it does add that bit of thickness there, you can see where it's supposed to end, where you see that black at the top, and you can see that that screen protector protrudes up a bit. You can still use it with cases that have a lip. So this is Spigen's own case that I was fiddling with a second ago, and it does have a bit of a lip still. You can see that. So they did keep that in mind, so the thickness isn't so bad to where you can't have it lay down on the table if you don't want to have the screen protector itself being scratched up any more than it needs to be. So yeah, no issue. And also I've noticed that you can use it with other cases from other parties, such as Casemate. I have here the tough case. See, it has the outer hard shell here and the silicone part. And you can also do this as well. So give me 1 second while I apply this, and you can see that this definitely works with this thick case as well. So hold on. Alrighty, so this took a little bit of coaxing to get it to install correctly, but now that it's on there, it doesn't cause any trouble or bubbling with the thickness or the sides of the screen protector. So definitely rest assured you can use this with, I think, any case. This doesn't cause any issues whatsoever. You can't even see that it's on there except for the parts where it's recessed. So that gives you definite evidence that it's on there. See here and here. But look at that. That is perfect. No issues whatsoever. So go ahead and get the screen protector and feel assured that you can use this with any of your cases as well. So that is very well protected, especially with the tough case here. That hits the glass and shatters. I don't worry about hitting it down anymore. That's going to stay nice protected, you guys. This is awesome. So check it out. This is the Spigen SGP Glas.t screen protector. This is for the international version Galaxy Note, but they do have one for AT&T's version as well. And really the only difference is that there's no bottom button here. It's just flush, a solid piece of glass at the bottom. But this is nice. This is really nice. Except for if you are someone who's very minimalist and doesn't want that extra heft added to the phone. But even those people, I think, could get used to that fact that it's a little bit thicker just because it feels just like your screen underneath and has no issues. So this is an awesome, awesome screen protector, you guys. Check them out, Spigen.com. This is so nice. It's awesome. Check them out. And my name is Erica, and you can subscribe to me. Please subscribe, rate, comment. I also do have a Twitter now, which is I am Erica. So it's I am, one word, and then _ Erica. And I put updates and fun little musings or whatever once in a while there. So thank you guys. Bye.